I am Dr. Charles Apoki. I was reading a book, Outliers, and in one of the programs or research programs that they did, they took very intelligent children from different backgrounds and observed them over the years. And they found out that even though they had same intelligence quotient and capacities, it was mostly those who came from backgrounds that were middle class and above that eventually became outliers or excelled. So I've been reflecting on that study, and the writer of that book said that even people like Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, and all that, that they didn't just become successful, that they came from families that resided close to universities. They were born in a particular era. They had some specific things that happened in their lives that made them to become who they are or who they became. So I want to look at Kamala Harris, the potential president of the United States of America, somebody from Jamaican background and Indian background. And if you don't take time, you will just hastily generalize that you can come from anywhere, you can come from any background, you will become somebody. It doesn't work like that always. I'm using the word always because many people who comment on social media don't understand English. They don't reason before they comment. Particularly some of the comments I saw on what your father did not tell you for men only. Even the one I did on the reality of aging, people don't reason before they comment, particularly a class of people. And the most stupid comments come from religious people whose minds are frozen, particularly the scripture quoting ones. Now, you don't get there by accident. You don't get there by a flash in the pan. Most successful people have a solid background on which they stood or the platform on which they were elevated to reach the height you are admiring now. The video is not just the video from nowhere. No. Burna Boy is not just Burna Boy from nowhere. No. Even what's this one that said they should not wear belt? Aziz Fashola was not the Malians, was not just like that. He schooled in the UK. Burna Boy went to school in the UK. The mother had a music background. You don't just jump into it like that. So I'm not discouraging you. I want to tell you my own background, how we got here. So there might be very, very few exceptions. I'm using the word very, very few exceptions. And fortunately, by the grace of God, I'm one of those few exceptions. And what helped me was social justice. We had a government that gave us equal opportunities, allowed us to have the same opportunities, but also had a father and a mother and one elder brother that gave me the right prompting and the right direction in attending a secondary school that changed my life. So there are three forces that pull people: the upward pull, the downward pull, and the sideward pull. Please mark this my theory. Now, The downward pull is the attitudinal inclination of poverty and underdevelopment. There is an attitudinal pull of poverty and underdevelopment. Remember, I shared with you why somebody's lineage could not become the lineage from which the Queen of England and now the King of England came from. He was a priest, but he fell in love with a married woman and married a divorcee and left the throne. So there are tendencies that pull people downwards. The son of one big banker in Nigeria wore an explosive in his panties and boarded a flight to America. He's wasting in a jail now. Osama bin Laden comes from a very big family that has a construction company. He chose otherwise and he died foolishly. So there are different pulls, the downward pull. The downward pull, number one, is illiteracy. Illiteracy is a downward pull. Number two, hedonism, the desire to just enjoy. You see, in Nigeria nowadays, it's as if people are begging death to come. They drink over, they dance over, they drive speed, they take unnecessary risks. Hedonism, just the craze for over enjoyment, and then the hedonic treadmill. You are just trying to enjoy and do things, and you're not going anywhere. Somebody buys a Venza 2000 and something model, you must buy the latest model. You're just trekking in one spot. And then there is laziness, outright laziness. I have a young man that was working with me. The father built a story building in a village, one of the first persons to build a story building. He was hard working. The son has energy, but he also only has that energy to fight. Sometimes not fight for himself, troubles that other people enter, they will go and fight for them. Typical fulfillment of Chipola's theory of stupidity. So, laziness, not ready to work, not willing to work. Then the other thing is promiscuity, when you like to have multiple sexual partners. With laziness and illiteracy drags you down. The next thing is anger and lack of discretion. Most people who remain poor have found out that when you want to help them, that's when they get angry. That's when they say things that they're not supposed to say. That's where they do things they're not supposed to do. And that's where they rebel. And I found that with some of my relatives. Stupid anger, particularly if it's a woman, is a terrible thing. If it's a man, you will have crisis all over your life. Then the next thing is conspicuous consumption. You want to consume, consume, consume. When you see some of them, they add weight, but they don't add sense. Conspicuous consumption. The most active part of such people's bodies is their mouth. They talk too much, they boast too much, they promise too much, and they eat too much. Another thing that is a downward pull is pride. I had a graduate in chemistry, very brilliant young man, talented, but he refused to work when his business failed. You tell him to take this job, this appointment. This person was my junior. This was this. Pride. Then greed. You want to grab other people's things. You will eventually be caught. In any backward nation in the world, you have greedy leaders, greedy citizens. Greed. Then wickedness and lack of integrity. You can't be trusted. You will definitely go down because you will eventually be caught in your stupidity, in your greed. Then there's another pull, sideways pull. influence of companionship. You will just want to be like your mates. Listen, listen, listen. If I wanted to be like my companions, I would have followed a lot of them to Lagos, and most likely I would have gotten lost. I know why I said that. Number two, I would have followed a lot of them to go and specialize. I wouldn't be where I am now. I would have followed a lot of them to do a lot of things. But one of the key things if you want to succeed in life is learn to withdraw from the crowd and chart your own course. I was listening to Miles Monroe. He said if you want to conduct the choir or the orchestra, you must back the crowd. You don't look at the crowd to conduct the choir, to conduct the orchestra. So I learned to separate my mindset from my cultural practices, my traditional practices, from the mindset of the average medical doctor, from the mindset of the average Pentecostal Christian, from the mindset of every Pentecostal pastor. You know, if you don't run a church, you won't do well. I'm not running a church and I'm doing well. And I'm doing well. I'm not doing I started with the miraculous. I got to a stage, I said, what will separate me from these fellows? I have intellectual capacity. Let me build people's minds. I didn't become a medical doctor by falling in the anatomy dissecting room or the physiology lab or biochemistry lab or in the ward. I became a medical doctor because my mind was impregnated with medical training. So, uh, if you follow peer pressure, then you join clubs, you join cultism clubs. Most people who belong to different clubs, they all look alike, they talk alike, behave alike. And I don't like that. You have to be regimented by your own mates or somebody you are more reasonable than. No, 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 no. I don't do that. Then tradition. This is how you must do it. This is how we do it. No. Then I want to be like so person. I see some of our newscasters. I know on television, Arise and channels and TVC. I know the ones who talk like Richard Quest. They want to imitate Richard Quest. I know the ones who want to behave like Larry King. I know the ones who want to behave like John King, the political analyst. You can see it from the way they dress. They're just photocopies. They're not originals. So I want to be like, no, I want to be me. I'm an original copy, a certified true and true, fearfully and wonderfully made. I want to be authentic. I want to be original. I don't go according to the direction of my mates. No. Then the next thing is religious stupidity. Religion, frankly speaking, a religion can make you stupid. I'm not talking about being a Christian now. I'm talking about religion. Makes you stupid. Really stupid. Then tribal inclinations. You must see everything from the rose-colored glasses of your tradition, of your tribe, where you come from. No, no, no. Then the next thing that can drag you sideways is stupid marriages. When you allow what that thing you call love, me, I don't. That thing you call love to sidetrack you. You now marry sideways and downwards. It is finished with you. You just keep going down. What are the upward pulls? Number one, attend a good school. Send your children to good schools. Frankly speaking, the schools I attended contributed to my life. Primary school, I met Deacon Apio, who took me to my father and insisted he should train me to become a medical doctor. I went to government college, really, where my mind was formed. Every other thing in the university, wherever I went to, was an icing on the cake. Good schools, schools that have principles, that have traditions and discipline. Every organization has an organizational culture. Schools have academic cultures that change people, that transform people. My secondary school was patterned after Eton College in the UK. Eton College is called the midwife of British aristocracy, with, at the last count, about 20 prime ministers have come out of Eton College. So, good schools. The next thing is professional excellence. When you develop professional excellence, it will help an upward pull. Then good mentorship matters. Very, very good mentorship. If you look at, even if you look at our brother Koskari's Cosmos Maduka, he had an uncle that taught him a trade. No matter the small amount the uncle gave to him, the skill and the knowledge and exposure he acquired was more than the money the uncle gave to him. So you need good mentorship. And then you need skills. Skills. Any kind of skill that somebody is ready to pay for, you need it. Then you need persistence of vision. You keep pressing forward towards the mark of higher calling. You are not distracted here and there. Skills. The first person to become a European citizen in my household, my immediate household, is my eldest son. He became a German citizen. When I went to his graduation in Romania in 2012 from medical school, somebody asked me, how did you train this your son that he is different from us? Because he drums, I think he plays the keyboard, he sings in the church. And I asked him, where's your girlfriend? He had none. And he was graduating out of medical school. And he's a very handsome boy. Very handsome boy. I will share the video that he used to tell the wish the mother happy birthday. As at today, he's 38. He's not yet married. Fine, rich boy. And I asked him, why are you not dating any of these girls? He said, if I immediately fall for what is available, what if I see somebody better in future? And he has been focused on his profession. In a few months from now, he will be a consultant orthopedic surgeon in Germany. He has remained focused from childhood. So, focus, persistence of vision. He said he never wanted to school in Nigeria. I never wanted to live in Nigeria. I carried him to one university, private university. He was applying to other universities and he eventually landed up in Romania, from there to Germany. His friend and my brother's son said that he will never go to Lagos and that the day he will reach Lagos will be the day he will be flying out of the country. Frankly speaking, I carried them to the airport. The day he reached Lagos was the day he flew out of the country. Focus, pursuit of excellence, persistence of vision, then discipline. discipline, hard work, then frugality. I was looking at my wife and I on the 25th of August, her 63rd birthday, and I was looking at how we have reached this level to be able to provide this platform for our children to stand on. It required frugality. We didn't spend money anyhow. In one of the videos that one of the teachers, Mrs. Odaibo, was commending her, she came to submit application to work. She just gave the application to my wife. She didn't know she was the owner of the school. I remember one young man that brought a girl to show to my wife. He said, "This is my mommy. She owns this school." And the girl, as they were going, he said, "Me, if I own this kind of school, my husband owns this kind of school, I won't be like this. I won't dress like this." The boy said because of that statement, he refused to marry her. We've lived a very frugal life, helped to invest and to reinvest and produce results. You can't practice conspicuous consumption, attempt to intimidate people beyond your capacity from a poor background and hope to do well. And then when you have professional excellence, you have persistence of vision, hard work, frugality, discipline, and good mentorship, then you have a platform. Then I talked about investment and reinvestment. Then integrity, and then prayer. Bá mi ṣe, bàbá ò bá mi ṣe, ayé máa béèrè pọ̀lọ́run mi dà. Bá mi ṣe, bá mi ṣe o, bá mi ṣe, ayé máa béèrè pọ̀lọ́run mi dà. God help me, so that people will not say, "Where is your God?" Always pray that prayer. Pray the Ejukonemu prayer. Make trouble come out for something. Make Satan hand not put K-leg. Jigidem, oyewem Jesus, jigidem, jigidem o, jigidem, oyewem Jesus, jigidem. Osogi kenagba, merigi kemge meriuwa, yemwike oge nile kamgareda. God, hold me. Hold me. This race, it is your victory that I will use to conquer this world. Hold me so that I do not fall. It is not me that is holding myself. It is His grace. You must pray for God to protect you, to preserve you, to deliver you from evil and not to lead you into temptation. You must be that kind of prayer. Forget your enemies. Pray for opportunities. Pray for benefactors. Pray for perceivable value. If you don't know the meaning of perceivable value, you can ask me, I will share it with you. Pray for perceivable value. And pray for the gift of people and benefactors. So, let me just quickly look at Barack Obama. Barack Obama, first black man to ever come. No. His father became a top government official in Kenya. His father was not a mean man. His mother was also not a very mean woman. He contested against McCain. McCain's father was a general. Let's look at Kamala Harris proper. His maternal grandfather was special advisor to Kenneth Kaunda of Zambia. His maternal grandfather was special advisor to Kenneth Kaunda. Remember Kenneth Kaunda of Zambia? Zambia shall be free. And Kamala Harris used to go and visit her grandfather in Zambia while he was special advisor to the president. So she most probably must have been in a presidential convoy or gone to a presidential palace. Una no dey understand me. You don't seem to understand me. When I told you create an imagery in the mind of your children, the mirror neurons, he became a top government functionary in the Indian government. So Kamala Harris will travel to India and see her grandfather as a government official. Kamala Harris's mother won a scholarship. She went to the American embassy to apply for scholarship at the age of 18 to come to the US to study. 18, crossed several kilometers to study in the United States. You need to watch my video on Lex in Cairo. I will try. Lex in Cairo. So, her mother had a PhD in endocrinology. Her auntie is a doctor. One of her uncles is also highly educated. She became a lawyer. Their family is a family of academics, not agberos, not touts, not dirty politicians. These are people with class. Kamala Harris's father, Donald J. Harris, who is now 86 years old, is a professor of economics. He drew a blueprint for the development of Jamaica as a consultant to the Jamaican government. The blueprint he drew for Jamaica was copied by another Asian company, and that Asian company is doing well. Now, one person has to break the yoke of backwardness and poverty on behalf of the other generations that are to come. My grandson is a European citizen. If I didn't have money to send his father to Europe, he won't be a European citizen. He can contest elections in the country of his birth. I was telling his mother is a cardiologist. So where do you see ancestral demons? Which pastor will come and tell my grandson or my son or my daughter-in-law or any of my children, come to church with the person worrying you? I saw one stupid picture, Nigerians or wherever, they went to church with axes, machetes, with sticks, all kinds of things, plank with nails to kill those worrying them. I don't know what religion has done to our brains. I don't know. It's terrible. One person has to break the yoke of poverty, the yoke of illiteracy, the yoke of mediocrity, the yoke of backwardness. Ironically and tragically, some of us will have the opportunities to go to Europe and America and Asia in the diaspora. We start to behave with the downward mentality. What will I be doing committing adultery? Me. For what? I know what it did to my family. I know what having many wives and many children did to my brothers, did to my uncles. Then I will repeat the same mistake. No, 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 no. I know what smoking and cannabis did to my brothers. I know what alcoholism did to my family members. I know what rudeness, lousiness, and laziness. I know what illiteracy did to them. I know what lack of integrity did to them. So I decided to chart another path, just like my wife did from her own background. And we're able to present a different platform, and we will not go backward again. once we keep imbibing these things from generation to generation and creating this vision in the minds of people, nothing is impossible. You will see your daughter one day. You don't know what? I'm so excited about these Nigerians migrating to different nations. You will be surprised. You will see a president in a country is of Nigerian extraction. After all, Shunak or Tunak became prime minister from Indian background. In the UK, you will see Nigerians captain different teams in different nations. You will see them all over the world. That is one thing that is going to happen. If you see nearly every major corporation in the world, you see Indians on top. These people who are mismanaging this economy, they think that they are punishing us. No, just be wise, do the right thing. If I can making more money, I'm making more progress. If I've made more money, I made more money during Tinubu. If I'm making more money, making more progress under Tinubu than under Goodluck Jonathan than any other person. Like as Carlos Slim's father told him, when the economy is bad, just keep doing the right thing and moving in the direction of greatness. I have a seminar coming up, a webinar. If you have not registered, it's your fault. Now you sabi. I have a webinar coming up 13th and 14th of September, 7 p.m. Nigerian time. We record it because there are people who are attending from all the continents of the world. We have different time zones. Somebody in Indonesia was awake by 2 a.m. to listen to the last one. First day, we'll teach you on sustainable development in life, ministry, business, and career. And then the second day, we'll take questions and answers on any subject matter. Send a message to +234 7052136763, and I will send you the flyer. God bless you.